Hi. I've realized after my trip this time to Pittsburgh that I've really been spoiled by California weather. I've gone to other countries before with more humidity and hotter temperatures, but because I couldn't blast the AC, I don't think I've ever felt more uncomfortable in my life. While it was nice to spend time with family, I did end up feeling more tired during and after the trip than before, so it honestly didn't feel like much of a vacation. On another note, I can't believe that it's already August. Time seems to be going by really fast for me, which is nice because I'm always looking forward to the end of the year and the holiday season. That being said, it's also kind of frustrating how so many of my keycaps still haven't arrived. At this point, I don't really check the status anymore, and I treat it as a surprise whenever I get a notification from the vendor or the shipping company. Anyways, without further ado, We now have another big player in the keyboard hobby joining the in-stock keycaps market, with Omnitype releasing 2 sets, OTC 9009 and OTC Modo Light. These 2 sets are very similar, with the main differences being the accent keys, and have been main staples in this hobby for some time now. Pricing for these sets are pretty fair, and are in the same range of CannonKey's own in-stock sets under the CannonCaps Nice PBT label. While I'm not the biggest fan of beige gray sets, I do like the fact that there are now more options available. I'm not entirely sure the level of quality for these keycaps, but hopefully, Omnitype will be able to produce and offer more sets in the future with high quality and lower prices. MW Fuyu is another GMK keycap set that is now having a rerun with Milky Way keys instead of GMK. It's been a welcome trend for people like me because Milky Way keys tends not to have a super long wait time that we have for GMK sets. While the prices are now higher compared to when they first launched, they do still tend to be cheaper compared to GMK keycaps and are pretty high quality. There will be 3 base kits for this set: katakana, hiragana, and Latin. This means that not only will the weebs have a base kit to look forward to, but people who hate sub-legends will also have a set they can buy. This also extends to the 40s kit that comes in both katakana and Latin. For those of you who might be wondering why there isn't a hiragana's 40s kit, this is because those keys use words that are not native to the Japanese language, so those words tend to be written in katakana and not hiragana to begin with. There will also be a spacebar kit if you'd rather use blue or pink spacebars, and an accent kit that also includes some novelties for customization. It's a pretty simple set, but it does look very nice and one that I think will sell very well. The original GMK set, while not having the craziest numbers, also did very well. The one thing that I can think of that might potentially hold this set back is the fact that it is somewhat reminiscent to GMK Noel, which is now being sold in stock as Nice PBT Noel on CannonKeys. I do understand that the colors are different, which makes it look pretty different compared to Noel, but they do use a similar color scheme, which is something that you can't deny. I could definitely just be overthinking things though, but it's something that I thought I'd point out. Overall, I think it's a nice looking set. If I were personally buying into this group buy, I'd pick up the base kit, spacebars, and accent kit, bringing the total to $141, which isn't that cheap. But I guess if you compare this to the GMK prices, which comes out to $179.98, you're still getting the set for cheaper. Monokei has been a brand that has historically been linked to more premium boards, but now they're entering the budget market with the Monokei Standard. It's a pretty compelling package since it includes switches, stabilizers, keycaps, a keycap puller, and a USB-C cable, which means that it's pretty much a full package. If you're new to the hobby, you can use it right out of the box, but for those who want to mod it, it looks to be a pretty easy process. While it might not compare with Keychron in terms of what you get and the pricing, it is extremely competitive with some of the other offerings that the other hobbyist keyboard companies have at the moment. Take, for example, the KBDfans Tiger Lite, and you can see what I mean. Although the Tiger Lite costs $119, which is cheaper, it doesn't include keycaps or switches. This means that you'll probably end up spending more to build the Tiger Lite, and is just slightly less beginner friendly than the Monokei Standard, though not by much since building a hot swap keyboard is a very straightforward process. Both keyboards are quite simple in design, but I guess if you're just in love with RGB, the see-through cases available with the Tiger Lite might just have a slight edge. What the Monokei Standard has that the Tiger Lite doesn't have though is Bluetooth connectivity. This, in my opinion, is arguably a larger pro than the RGB lights, because it means that you can have a cleaner desk setup, and if you want to use your keyboard with multiple devices, the Monokei Standard will be able to pair with up to 4 devices. The product page claims that the keyboard will also have a 30-day battery life, and while the claim hasn't been stringently tested by third parties, I'm optimistic that you'll have plenty of battery juice before you have to recharge. Overall, I'm pretty excited to see Monokei come out with this keyboard. I don't think that it's a keyboard for those of you who have been in the hobby for a long time, but if you're looking to buy a present or introduce a friend to the hobby, I think that the Monokei Standard is something that you should definitely consider.